This is our answer to evaluation question 7, which asks us to describe our progression in our production skills that we've learned from our preliminary task to our main task and our opening sequence to our thriller film.
With our preliminary task, we didn't do as much research as planning as we did in our main task. So we only did like a basic shot list and then just had a verbal discussion about it. But with our main task, we did shot lists and storyboards. We did a survey to see what our target audience would be. We had production meetings. We had to do location research and convention research, and then research the titles that we were going to use.
For our preliminary task, it was less. We didn't have as many conventions as we did for our main task. For example, our actors didn't have any set mise en scène. It was only set in the school, and that wasn't researched. That was just as a given. We only used basic shots like close-ups, shot reverse shot, trying to include match on action and having an establishing shot, and we tried to include an 180-degree rule just to get a basic understanding of media and using the camera. However, in the main task, we used all those basic skills, but we tried using canted angles, reaction shots, and looked at different lightings, and we researched our settings so that was suitable for what we wanted to have, and our actors were given a set mise en scène that they needed to have for our film.
Yeah, so we also did more like tracking and panning shots, and then we just experimented with different shots, so like using trombone shots and making establishing shots and shots of our settings to just show what it was actually like. And then with our post-production, it was just a basic edit in Premiere Pro, and we just left it at that, whereas with our main task, we edited it, we put titles in and then animated the titles, and we used sound booth and recorded our own sounds and then edited those. And so we used After Effects for the titles, and we just used more complex programs to make sure our post-production bit looked good.
The skills we used in our preliminary task were rather basic. They would just take like individual shots just put together, and they weren't very advanced skills. But since then, in our main task, we used a wide variety, using more shots. In our video, we used colour correction, and we edited for meaning and reflection, and it kind of like reflects kind of what the story's trying to happen, rather than just put a load of shots together. Yeah.
And then for the technical skills in our preliminary task, we only used a tripod, but when we did our main task, we used a tripod, but we also used a shoulder mount, and then we had the opportunity to do handheld shots as well, which made it more effective, so we could do tracking shots better and POVs better.
And for our main task, we gained peer assessment and self-assessment for feedback, which could help us improve on our drafts and helped us find what people liked and didn't like. But in the preliminary task, we didn't have any of that, and it was just our basic draft which was put forward. So that helped that we've now been able to advance on how to improve videos and how to step it up and look for faults of our own.
So we got to experiment with shots more, and we didn't always follow our shot lists or our storyboards. And then by experimenting with the shots, a lot of our experimental shots we actually put into our film, because they actually worked really well, and it taught us how to direct a film properly, and then also we used lots of technology to make our film, which overall helped us out.
Yeah, and experimenting kind of helps improve your creativity. Kind of helps you just to expand and take a video and just make it a broader subject, so you can look further into it and give it a bit of meaning. And yeah.